Hello everybody, I am JeffyJamz, and welcome to a very special Minecraft mod pack known as the Mango Pack. This here is the start of a new world. So, to explain a little bit about what the Mango Pack is, it is a very old school Minecraft mod pack for the beta 1.7.3 version of the game. Which is kind of infamous, famous. I'm not too sure how to frame it, but it's pretty popular. It's a popular version of the game because after that point, there were a lot of gameplay changes that you might know modern Minecraft for, such as hunger, and sprinting, enchanting, and all the other fun stuff. It kind of makes Minecraft what it is today. But this mod pack doesn't feature any of that. Now, a lot of the meat and potatoes of this mod pack are mainly tech mods, which, if you've seen my Better Than Wolves playthrough, you might know that I do quite enjoy some tech stuff. There's a pretty all-star lineup here. We have Better Than Wolves, of course, if you didn't notice the little hemp seed I picked up earlier. Industrial Craft 2, another favorite of mine. Buildcraft, and Red Power. We'll be able to pull off quite a lot of interesting stuff, interesting contraptions and other things. That kind of stuff is pretty appealing to me. Gives me a lot of extra stuff to kind of play around with, and some new progression lines to follow. So what I'd like to do for the series is kind of go through all the major and minor mods. Now, I'm vaguely familiar, right, with some of these mods. I mean, of course, Better Than Wolves, I played that. Industrial Craft 2, I've definitely played through a couple times. So it's not all blind, but there are some that I'm just not super, like Buildcraft. I remember seeing in passing when I was younger, but generally my interests then were kind of more dumb, smaller mods. Not to discredit them, but you know, things like the Clay Soldiers and Portal Gun mod, stuff like that. Obviously they're good mods in their own right, and they're also featured here in this mod pack, so I would like to make use of them in one way or another. But for right now, it's going to be a relatively vanilla beginning as I kind of try and find a nice spot to establish myself. It seems like there's a pretty nice range of mountains out here. So I'm thinking, you know, I might do a mountain base or something in here. Because I see there's a nice little valley from the looks of it. And I'd like to kind of like do multiple mountain bases. I think that would be really fun. Just kind of have like a bridge connecting over a valley and stuff like that. So there is like this little valley here, though it's not really that cool. I think there's a better one. Ooh, yeah. There's a cooler looking area over here. Let's see if I can do this here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is this little streamer is pretty cool. I think there's a nice bit of flat land down there. I think what I'll do is I'll kind of make a little something that's kind of peeks out here, maybe. So my general goal for the series is that, you know, there's this mod called Equivalent Exchange, and it's a pretty powerful mod. And if you're familiar with modded Minecraft, that name will definitely ring a bell. But this iteration of that mod is pretty old, and it's quite different. There is no EMC system, which is like a matter value, because the whole purpose of the mod these days is to transmutate things into other things based on like their value. But this doesn't really have that. But it still has quite some overpowered items and other things that I like to try and obtain, recipes for which require quite a lot from a lot of different mods featured in the pack. So I was thinking I would try and go ahead and obtain all the rings and tools, pretty much try and go through the whole content of that mod, which demands that I go through every other mod pretty much. But I believe our journey begins with Better Than Wolves and the mechanical tech tree, because we're going to need steel for a lot of stuff involving equivalent exchange. So I want to get that out of the way. And there's also just a bunch of useful automation gadgets and other machines that will be of use throughout the playthrough. I will also go ahead and say that this is not the vanilla mango pack that you can download right now. I have gone ahead and added a few mods, nothing major, but the big one that you probably noticed at first, or heard rather, was Atmos, which is a old school atmosphere mod. Kind of has these little ambient noises, which I quite like. But yeah, I've added Atmos. I hope it does come in the Volume 2 release that Mango's working on, but I don't think it will. It's not a very important mod or anything. It doesn't really add content, per se. It's just a little bit of flavor. But alongside that, I've also added, like, 2 new building blocks. These little bricks. They actually didn't exist in this version of the game. Well, no, I just, wanted these, because I like building with stone-based materials. And thought that would be a nice addition. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out and just kind of toying around with all the mods this offers. It's a very well put together pack. There's a bunch of talented people behind its creation, and it's just awesome to see such an archaic version of this game get so much support. And all these older mods getting updated, or backported even from newer versions just to fit this pack. It's pretty incredible. And I can't imagine what it's like working with such an old code base, with tools like fucking MC Patcher or whatever it's called. So my respect goes to Mango and the crew behind this. I'm gonna try to go down there, and get some more logs. Maybe light up the way a little bit. Oh. Well, I guess I'm bound to the house for now. I guess something to note about these early versions is that you're very fickle, without any healing. You don't naturally regenerate, you have to eat in order to actually gain health back. Which I quite like, but it does create scenarios like this early on. I didn't really get lucky earlier with that pig, so I'm kinda SOL here until daytime, unless I want to take my chances with that skeleton down there, which, quite frankly, I don't. It's alright. With a little bit of patience, it'll be okay. Never mind. God damn it. Alright, well, this is gonna be difficult. But I don't think my home is far. In fact, I'll use this as an opportunity to try and pick up some food. No? Okay. Damn. Okay. There is a lot going on down there. I need to take a detour. I'm back home. Well, that was unfortunate. Now, have I learned my lesson? No. It's a lot easier to deal with these guys when you have the room to strafe. Well, it's gonna be day soon. Yeah, I needed this extra wood because I'm gonna make a little staircase coming down so I can access my base up there. I have a self-imposed rule that I will not be relying on beds or anything. No skipping a night, pretty much. I think this will make things a little more interesting early on. But you will come to find that it probably won't matter much later when we are all geared up. Alright, yeah, let's get started on this staircase. Gonna have to be a little bit careful. Yeah, what I'll do is I'm gonna make this like a little lip here. And then I think I'll have it... Fuck! That kind of shocked me a little bit. I'll have it kind of come down from here. And then maybe hook to the left or right. I'm not too sure. But probably to the left. Building this right. Aw, oh, damn it. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So now we have easy access up here. Which is good. I kind of want to make like a glass pane or something. Alright, I've gone ahead and mined up a whole stone shovel's worth of sand. And I also found a very small amount of clay, which, if you can believe it, is kind of rare in this version of Minecraft. Probably going to go ahead and extend this lip out just a little bit, because I'd like the view to be a little more viewable, I guess. Yeah, because like back here, you have to be right up on the glass if you want to actually see anything. So I feel like this would offer a nicer view. I'll actually go ahead and smelt some stone too. I kind of want to make some bricks. Now, I don't think the space is going to look amazing. I think the view will make up for that eventually, but for right now, I'm not a very experienced builder, so I can't I can't really say the quality of what I put out is all that great, but I am trying. I find these versions are all about expression and your own creativity. And for a long time now, I've kind of fallen out of love with that core value of this game. Maybe it's just because I've grown up and maybe I want to put that energy towards other stuff. You know, I do game development as a hobby. So, you know, that might explain some of it, but I feel like making a series on something like this will serve as good motivation to try harder, you know? Really put my mind to it. So that's a big part of why I wanted to start this. Something a little like lower stake compared to like Better Than Wolves or Minecraft is Too Easy, because those demand a lot more from the player. If you've been around, maybe on my older channel, you might actually remember this from Minecraft with JeffyJamzHD, because this is the same modpack I featured in that video. There we go. It's a cool little pattern, I suppose. And I think up here, I do need to figure out what I want to do for the roof. I guess, like, I think pure stone would look good. So pure stone roof. And I think for the floor, I'm probably going to replace this, maybe do like a rim with the bricks, and have the inside be like wood. Okay, you know, it's a little basic, but I think it'll look fine, honestly. There we go. I do need to make like a secure enough, I guess. So what I will do is I'm gonna bridge across here and make another living space in there. That'll probably be for something. I'm not too sure. But maybe like a windmill or something. Like it could go up, and there could be like a windmill, like a Better Than Wolves windmill spin around, and be all my cool mechanical stuff away from home, because it's very loud and annoying. And then, yeah, over here, I got the storage, and I guess this little cubicle, this little, like, indent here would be for my furnaces and stuff. But I ran out of wood again, so I need to go back down there and get some more. And then, I guess once all the flooring is in place and everything's moved to where it needs to be, then I can say that this iteration of the base is complete. Sweet. Okay, this should be enough, I'd have to imagine. Oh! Oops. Alright. So, this is my house so far. I've gone ahead and put in the flooring. Still, obviously unfinished, but I think this is good enough to call it here for now. And now I would like to go ahead and get started on a farm. So let's get right to it. So earlier on, I picked up some seeds. I was just kind of mulling about. I think what I'll do is I'm going to use this little stream here. Kind of do a little bit of irrigation and make a small farm to start out here, because we don't actually have any iron yet. So can't really move water around. We don't really want to do a farm right along the beach, because I feel like that'd look kind of ugly. So this might be the best thing. I'm gonna try and sculpt this out a bit. Alright, yeah, this is looking like it's irrigating properly. Go ahead and plant the initial hemp here. So, decided to make like a little foundation thing here. And then when you actually climb up, you got a little plot here. I'm still not super sure what to do with this like alcove, but I'll figure it out with time. I think this looks cool. Maybe not the safest design, but what the hell? How is there a sheep in here? Oh, what's up, little buddy? I didn't expect to have visitors. Try to run around down here and get as much hemp as I can just from hitting the soil. Very cool, I got 8 hemp seeds from that. So honestly, this should be enough to get started. Like so. Oh, there you go. And yeah, this should start growing over time. It's a bit of a slow process, and I can't use bone meal to speed it up, unfortunately. So it is legitimately just something you just have to wait for. But there are other things you can do in the meantime. But for now, I must bid you all farewell. We've gotten... Whoa! Okay, I don't know how that spawned in here, but that scared the shit out of me. Yeah, I guess I need to light this place up better, huh? But yeah, I think we've gotten a lot done this episode. I mean, we might still have stone tools and all that, but I think we built something pretty cool here. And it's only gonna get better with time. But anyways, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, then please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And I will see you all in the next episode, where we hopefully get a couple of riches and perhaps build some elaborate machine contraption things